I like talking about random things, which is why I've been talking for like 10 minutes now. And this video is going to come out very weird and mainly all over the place. But, anyways, hi, my name is Anastasia. You might have seen me on TikTok or Instagram or Twitter. But here I am on YouTube making a video because it's been on my New Year's resolutions and it's June. The reason I'm making this video, actually, let me get my notes. I have just constantly felt like my life sucked and other people's lives didn't suck. It just feels like I'm almost in a movie and I am the side character of my own life. Like I am not there, I'm in the passenger seat and then life is just happening and I have no way of participating in that. So my plan for doing this is, and also this year for me is, well, let me backtrack a little bit. So in December, I graduated from college. I have a degree in environmental science and policy. Very proud of myself. My last semester of college was both stressful because I had to go there every single day, like Monday to Friday. Hated it, but also really nice. I started an internship at my school's botanical garden. And it was really nice. I gained a lot of confidence and a lot of like experience in terms of writing, which is what I'm most passionate about. I didn't major in writing. I should have. I didn't major in like English or creative writing, even though I should have, because I was like scared that that wasn't like a real job or like a real thing. And I thought that doing environmental science, because I like environmental science, I loved learning about it in school, was something that was better. Should have done the writing or maybe gotten a minor in it. I don't know. I've always been interested in humanities subjects. So when I was in college, I tried to pursue a women and gender studies minor, but because of the fact that I live in Florida and our governor is crazy, a lot of the women and gender studies teachers were leaving, so I wasn't going to be able to get it in time to graduate. But I still took amazing classes, like a reproductive justice class was great. Even though this had nothing to do with my minor, I took a class on screening the Holocaust. Learned a lot. I think that those two classes especially are the classes that like made me think the most. And I also took over the summer 1 year contemporary world social problems, something like that. That was like the title. Amazing. I learned so much. Those are the ones that are like not even related to environmental science. I feel like are my more favorite classes. So fast forward to the internship, I was in charge of like doing some social media posts, writing brochures and newsletters, and I just gained so much confidence in my ability to write on different types of writing. Like each different thing that I was writing for, whether it be Instagram post or the newsletter or the brochure, was like completely different. And being able to know that I can like explain something to people who don't know things or be able to like try to get them to come to the botanical garden was really nice. And then the team there was really amazing and helped me so much. And I knew that like if I don't know something, I can just ask them and it's not a problem. Like I don't have to know everything automatically. Like it's fine to not know things. And also they had really cute cats. I got a popsicle free every single day. It was amazing. So I've since graduated and I don't have a job and I'm moving to New York in August. And a lot of things in my life are changing and it's very stressful. I feel a little lost. Right now, my job search, I'm like applying to museum jobs, receptionist jobs, like literally almost anything. I had to take like a month off of job searching because I was getting way too stressed out and feeling too much like shit. So back on the job search grind. I just don't want to continue my like 20s or the rest of my life feeling the way that I do now. I want to get fulfillment and desire and gratification from any parts of my life. I live in technically what is not a small town, but is not a large town, but I looked it up and it's like a micropolitan area and I feel so isolated away from everything. I need to do things to make sure that I don't end up extremely depressed. I have suffered with depression, intrusive thoughts, anxiety, obsessive thoughts, like for the longest time. And it's so soul sucking. But I know that I have tips. Like I have gained skills through therapy to know that like I can have a great life. And if I feel this way, I can change something about it. So been definitely on that content creation grind because I realize it's like, I'm not going to get like a job probably now before I move. So I should just try to make money in the ways that I can. I don't want to call this like a gap year. It's like my year of self-actualization and fulfillment, or just my beginning of my lifestyle of that. Because if I don't feel this way now, I just feel like these feelings are going to spiral and it's going to end up worse and it's going to be harder to get rid of that idea that I can't have a good life, good things aren't going to happen to me, everyone else is like living their life and I'm just stuck. And it's like, no, There are things that I can do. I constantly watch TikTok. Like, that's all I do all day. No, I watch Grey's Anatomy, but like, if I'm not binging TV or watching a movie, I'm watching TikTok, and I constantly see these girls like when they're in New York and stuff. And I know not to compare myself, but it's like, when I'm getting out of like the mindset of like, if you see someone doing something and you compare yourself and you feel bad because you're not doing that, instead it's just like, why can't I just readjust this or reframe this so that I can have a similar experience and still have fun? Like, I can have an experience that's still fulfilling and gratifying on my own scale because it's my own life, and it doesn't have to be to other people's lives and other people's scale, and it can still be amazing. Like, I was seeing these girls and like they go to Pilates and they, you know, those girls where it's like all they basically do is like go to Pilates and like eat a salad and like do their makeup and do their hair, and like they have amazing lives and shit, and like they drink like a cute little cocktail, where I was like, wait, like I can do that shit too. I looked it up in the Maps app and I just typed in the word Pilates, and apparently there's a Club Pilates where I live. I've seen people go there all the time. I've also heard the prices are like insane, so this may just be a, oh, let me go to my first class free and that's it, just to see if I like Pilates, like group class Pilates, but we'll see. Another thing is that I realize once you're like out of school, I don't want to end up those people who are like 30 something and they're like, former gifted kid. Like, you're 35, you haven't been a child in decades, so it's like we need to like move on. I realize that when you're in school, you get like instant gratification. It's kind of like you do something and then you know you're good at it because you're getting like a gold star or A plus or a 90 or whatever. And then you go off in real world and like, it's not as easy as I do a task or I do an assignment and then I get a grade for it. You have to figure out a way to have internal validation. And that's something that I'm definitely going to start implementing now, because I know you can't get internal validation from a job. I don't want to be one of those workaholic people. If work is your life, that's great, but I know that that's just not going to be mine, because that will probably lead me to a toxic mindset. I want to find validation and gratification in other ways. And one thing that I want to do is like incorporating things I used to do as a kid and had so much enjoyment doing into now. Like, as a kid, I used to watch this channel, what's it called? So Craftastic. And I would watch like how to make an iPhone case out of duct tape, how to make all these things out of duct tape. I literally got like an X-Acto knife and a board and all those things would make them. And then when I was in middle school, I took this really great class in 8th grade called 3D art. And we made these things out of 3D. And I'm like, wouldn't it be fun if I like recreated some of those like art pieces? Like, I'm not an artist, but it's nice to like do art in your everyday life. What I realized that I also have to create like a sense of like discipline and routine for myself. I want to be a writer. I want to be living my Sex and the City life. I know I'm not immediately going to get it, but I know that I can still enjoy things. I have a Substack. I'm working on things to write on there. I'm making TikTok videos more regularly and like every single day now. I have so many things that I'm working on, and I realize that like I have all the time in the next like couple of months to keep working on these things, keep building them up, so that the last quarter of the year I can like reap all those rewards, or like it'll be so much easier for me once I get settled and have. So this is where this comes in. I think this is going to be a great way for me to, one, have discipline, routine, prove to myself that I can do something weekly and set my mind to it, and another creative avenue, and another way for me to like yap. I'm a yapper. I love to talk. I feel like I'm one of those people that have like the gift of gab. That's definitely me. And I want to do things where it's like documenting all these really fun things in my life, and even things that I don't even think are the most interesting. I don't know if I'm the most interesting person. I don't know if I'm the most like stellar person to be like a grade A influencer, you know? Think that I can make myself seem interesting, sharing parts of my life that I usually don't, and the different journeys that I'm going through, or things that I find interesting that maybe other people do, and they're not the typical interesting stuff. I have so much stuff inside me that I just want to get out, and whether it be writing or talking to this camera and stuff, I think this would be the way to do it. When I was doing TikTok like a couple years ago, before I took my long hiatus and now I'm back, and that gave me so much confidence. And I think that this will also give me so much confidence. I think it'd be fun if I included like little segments, like if I talked about music that I was listening to, movies that I watched, or, you know, what I'm reading, or, you know, any playlist that I've created, because I'm like super into that now. I think that this is going to be a fun thing for you, the audience, and I to go on. So please subscribe and like this video for more. Bye.